I'm going to do a quick review on the Rockler Coping jig. Just a quick unbox, build, and short review of my thoughts. You see we've got the box with screws, clamp, more screws and hold downs, plastic block, another plastic block, the wood disposable, and the clear plastic top piece, and a piece of sandpaper, instructions, and a nice pretty blue board. Now let's get out the instructions. Alright, next up in the instructions, looks like we need to put the center slide on. So open our hardware pack, get out our 2.5-inch bolt. And we'll put it in through the center. Put in our stop block. Of course, our larger knob. There we go. Next one, another 2.5-inch screw, 2 of them. Got our sleeve. Now, feeling this wasn't as easy as I make it look here. It actually took me a minute or two. Alright, another sleeve. Plastic shield. We have washers to put on each side. And the smaller knobs. And this shield is slightly adjustable. Make sure you have it square, which we'll do later. Now I just want to check on the bottom to make sure these are semi-square and not overlapping. They're smooth. Alright, next one we're going to put this sandpaper sticky on there. I think it's just supposed to hold your piece of wood just slightly better. Now this is the 1.5-inch bolt that it says for the knob. There's the handle. Screw it on, but not all the way tight yet. So we still got to put some screws in through the top of the clamp. Now here's the other one. This one says to use a 1-inch bolt. Now if you look at the instructions here, you'll see that it shows bolt 14 is actually a 1-inch T-slot bolt. But as you'll see here in the next couple of minutes, it's not the right size. It's too long for this. So make sure there's nothing inside it. Hey, maybe I have the wrong handle on. Let's check. No, looks like they're both exactly the same. Check that bolt again, make sure I got the right size. Screw it in as far as it goes till it gets tight. Nope. Let's make sure how deep that hole is. Yeah, it looks like it's plenty deep. That's got to be at least 1.5 inch screw. So, try it again. It stopped. Alright, well, maybe it just needs to be screwed in past where it seems tight. Let's give that a try. And turning. It's getting really hard to turn, but I'm assuming that's the right bolt from the instructions. Not sure I like the way that's working. And I think I'm about to do something here. Still has a long ways to go. And this is where things went. Oh, a couple little pieces came off the end of it. Definitely something wrong here. You can see chips came off of that. That's
fantastic.
Got the wrong instructions, or it's not really a 1-inch bolt. Regardless, that's I'll I'll have to find a way to fix that. That's just not right. I'm gonna take that off. We'll figure it out later. Okay. Put the other handle back on. This one fits nice and like it should. Okay, next up, clamp. Says I need these bolts. So you got the bolt. You might have to adjust the handle a little bit, loosen it if you had it too tight, like I did. Now I'm gonna, well, probably not, you know, the best way to do this, but I'm just gonna put all 4 in and tighten them down. So clamp, washer, nut. We'll do that to each of them. Alright, get them all on. I'm going to tighten these up just lightly. There you can see how the clamp is going to work. Before I do that, I need to get my square out. Instructions tell me I need to make sure that this part is square before I tighten these bolts down. Alright. Maybe it'll help if I use my fence. Do a light tighten with the knob to get it there, and then I should be able to tighten the rest. Nope, a little more adjustment. There we are. That looks right. Perfect. Okay, now to tighten the bolts without it moving. I'm going to be very careful here and tighten these up. Just, there we go. Let me make sure it's square still. Yep, looks good. Tighten the rest of them. Check that one last time. Now I got everything tight. Yep, looks good. All right. Check it again on a different side. Yep, looks good. All right, now instruction says you need this to be 3/4 of an inch from the shield to the base. I'm gonna adjust this, and to do this I'm gonna need to loosen those knobs at the top, get it just right, and then tighten them down. There we go. Now we need to attach the sacrificial board. I'm gonna need to figure out this clamp. Alright, let's put the foot on it. Well, it's a little hard to put on by itself, so I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use the clamp pressure to put it on. If I can get this to stay right. Here we go. There. Now it's snapped into place nicely. Good. That's probably too tight. Let me loosen that up a little bit. $12mm. Okay, let's get my router bit adjusted just right. And we'll run it through. And here's a solution to my handle issue. I just took 6 or 7, probably 5/8 inch washers and stacked them up so it tightened up nice. And let's run it through. And even though I have dust collection on here, you can totally tell I forgot to turn it on. Good thing I'm wearing my respirator. Look at that. That was pretty nice. All right. So if you notice here, I've got a little bit of fraying on my wood, but that's not really a matter of the coping sled. That's really a problem with the bits I have. Now, here I'm going to run through some real world use test. Got some cabinets that I'm building, so just thought I'd show a little bit of this footage. And I'll point out, when you turn the dust collection system on, it works a lot better. So it's pretty simple to flip the boards around. I think it's important, at least from my perspective, I made sure I kept the board the same face of the board up. There we go. Yeah, the little pieces sticking out, like I said, I think that's the cheap Amazon router bit that I have. It's exactly 3/4 of an inch or slightly under, so I get some of that. Now I'm going to kind of go through some of the pros and cons I have with this coping sled. I like the parts that they use. They all seem very well made. It's accurate. I think it's priced right, and it was for the most part a simple build. I did have problems with the handle bolt and some suggestions. Get a right bolt size for the left handle and include some additional sacrificial boards. That would be really nice. Well, hope you learned something here, and thanks for watching.